Okay, so we are live again. What you can see here is me trying to build this app, and I guess that now the video will start on YouTube. Um, so the idea is that I have rebooted the computer and I have lost the current work that I had in Docker, so I would need to save this later on so that I don't lose any of this, and that's something that I had already documented here, and that's something that I have to do. Okay, and that's it. So right now what I have done is build this, then I have run this so that we have a base, and now I'm doing some stuff. So this is what I need to save, and yeah, and then I can reuse this thing here unless I save this into something else, probably another name here, I'm not sure. So this is what's happening here right now. I'm just building what you usually do here, which is group 1, 2, 3, and 5, which is I prepare the build. So this is a .configure, then it's clean and update so that you have the latest group, whatever, and then you build everything and you install these different directories so that we can then, if we want to, build the official release. Okay. However, what we did the other day was not this thing here, but something else. We were building an ISO, and that's something that we should probably document here so that we can redo exactly the same thing, and we can have the same ISO and so on. And what better way of doing that than just taking a look at our own channel, which you are not going to, is it like this? You're not going to be able to take a look at this. You're not going to get the sound here, but wait a moment, let's put this grader on. So here you can see how we have some ISOs, some tests here, and we should be able to see what the hell do we do just before doing stuff. So here you can see how this is what we are doing here. So let me write down the command here so that we can later on use it. So we are creating an MKUSB with secure boot actually, and so we are also creating this thing here in this very specific path so that we can reuse this appropriately. You know what I mean? Bet1 multi-arc usb.emg. Okay. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so let's let's put this thing here so that we can use it later on. And then I guess what I also want to take a look at is what we were running here, which is this thing here. So I'm not sure if we have this if we have lost this or not. So this is like we first go into secure boot VM, and then once we are there we can delete images here. Why the hell is this? Okay, this is twice because whatever. So we can start x64 STD USB secure boot VM BIOS dev. Okay, boot menu on, and I'm not sure why I have this serial thing, but I have it. And this is what you want to actually have here. Okay, so now we have both stuff in order to test stuff. Let me just take a look at here to see if we can do any of this. Where was exactly, I'm not sure which one of these we were using the other day. The first one apparently. So let's just use that, the first one, and let's just copy and paste this. The problem is that, yeah, I mean, the first one, me quick check what's here. So this is the multi-arc USB image. So once we run this command here, it's going to take this releases something that we have here, and it's going to unzip it again. So that's to be expected to remove all of this. So what we are going to see here while the other stuff is building is what's the thing? We are going to see the changes that we had here. Okay, I'm going to close the last day video, and yeah, okay, I have forgotten to do this thing. So you reset, press ESC, we boot with number 2, and this should be this thing that we have, boot manually operating systems. The latest change that we did here, which didn't work so well. So the idea was to have you know, you can see how here you've got the usual Linux stuff, then the recovery one, then the single one, and then again, and that's not what I wanted to do here. So now we're going to go back. So here this is going to take some time. We're going to save this somehow. We're going to save this with some other stuff, you know what I mean. I'm not sure if I'm going to save this as markdown somewhere, but now we're going to see what the hell are we doing with all of this. So the last thing we did was this thing, dev24. So this is the Linux file system refactor. Here we removed an space which wasn't removed by Thurman. You will see he has done some work, and this is the file system thing that I have done. So this is why you don't have normal recovery in single with the same kernel, which is what happened originally. Okay, and that's not what I want. I want first the normal, then the recovery, and then the single. That's why we were thinking out loud on how to redo all of these in different commands, so that there wasn't, so that you have a Linux command, you have a BSD command, and so on, and it didn't search so much, and we had like we had something written down which we have lost here. I mean, it's on the video. So let me open the video again from last day, so that we can try to, you know what I mean, try to find out what we have lost here. I mean, it's not, wait, this is not the one, this is the current video. We want the latest one, which is here. Okay, so we had the very last part of the video, we should have, oh my god, yeah, so this is the, why I haven't written down this, or did I? Okay, so here you have what this is all about, which is this is the algorithm that I think we should be using here. So let me write it down so that we have it somewhere, and yeah, so this should be saved somewhere related to, yeah, maybe this one here, like this. Okay, and so now we can I mean, this is bash, yes it is, so bash, so we can just write down what I did the other day, so that we no longer lose it. I mean, it's not going to be this code, the one that we are going to use, but it has the idea of what we want to do, so that we don't so if end device in devices to detect, then if Windows detected, then menu entry Windows, remove end device from devices to detect, fee, and done. And then the other thing was the same thing, but it was BSD instead of Windows. So it's just copy and paste this, and we will have this stuff here, BSD and BSD. Okay, so this is what we have with all of this. So this is, so this would be create a quick to test USB image, and this is quick test, a quick to test USB image. This is newest thoughts on how to loop devices on OSs. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, so now I can think, I can tell you. So, and then save our current Docker work. So what the hell is this? So it's something like this. Exit from the Docker identify. I mean, that's not right, but yeah, except for that. This is like to def 20. What's the current tag thing? Okay, so this is like that. I think we can do it like this. Current work, and we will be able to use this. You know, we will be able to use this so that we can. So more developing, and then you can Docker run. So finally next day you can Docker run with this thing here. I'm not sure about that, instead of latest. Okay, that's more or less what this is about. Okay, so yeah, that's it. So now we, for one place, we need to wait for this to build, so maybe 40 minutes, 20 minutes, I'm not sure about that. And but it's really nice that we can have these images that we can use in order to recreate all of this, which is you can remove or not devices to detect, and you can simulate the OS detect stuff. So let me show you what changes do we have here on the issues on the what the hell is this, the issues thing, GitHub. Okay, GitHub issues. Let me show you. So Thermon has worked once again on BTRFS volumes, and we have some work to catch up, although it's a bit confusing, all of this, you know what I mean. So let me show you. So this was okay, so 1 second please. So this was an issue that make, because here there was a space. So this guy has not solved the problem, because you can see how the space is already here. But what he has done is, why the hell don't you work here? I'm sure. So well, yeah, maybe I have to. So what he has done here is he has added the what's the name this thing here, he has added here some headers regarding the file system, and then there's this Windows System SSD, which might be the label. I'm not sure about that. I have to take a look at it. I mean, this is very nice, but this is not what I was asking for. And this is going to be, you know, this goes against my thoughts about redoing everything in such a way that we have first Linux, then Windows, and so on, so that you don't have an order based on partitions first. Okay, so Thermon order versus order. So Thermon says partition 1, and then tell me what I have on this OSS, and what I'm actually doing here is, no, please tell me OS Windows, and show me what you have found on the different partitions, and then show me BSD, and then tell me, oh, okay, so BSD is in part 3 and Linux is in part 4, because that way I will be able to have an option to only show Windows OS, an option to only show BSD stuff, and so on. And I can also do a Linux recovery thing and Linux single thing, so that you don't have to see each time all of this stuff. You know what I mean? And so I'm sure I'm not sure if we have to do like Thurman proposes that have here. So this is OS part 1, you know, OS part 2, and so on. Because you can have, you can have, I mean, in the Linux side of things, you can have OS, what the hell is this? OS 4, I mean, OS Linux, okay, part 4 kernel 1, and then part 4 kernel 2, and so on, because that's how it works. You know what I mean? That's not something that you want to do. That might be something that we can take from thermal work to put here. But before that, we need to figure out what the hell we want to do. Okay. So yeah. So it's nice because his work is going to be useful. So this is the original issue regarding BTRFS. Okay. I'm not sure if he has. Yeah. Look at that. I tried modifying the group detect that you pointed out, because I said, okay, we have done some work, but what about core.emt group 2 installation, which also has this group stuff? Okay. And then he has done more stuff. So he has also done disk partition thing, and we need to figure out, so everything is here. So this is the, so under the pull request we have this dev23, because I told him to work on dev23, which was my latest work. So I'm working, if you have noticed, I'm working on dev24, but the only difference is this space here, which he hasn't taken into account, and then this attempt to do this loop in such a way that it's better. So we have this kernel option here, and so on, and that's what I want to do with I want to rework so that we can have we can have boot manually with more stuff than usual. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. So first of all, we are going to okay, first of all, we need this to be built, so it takes a while. But first of all, we need to. Now I'm thinking, didn't we build from somewhere else? Because yeah, for the automatic was from scratch. Okay, wait a moment, please. So let me see. This is actually also bash, I think, but it's going to be quite strange. At least we have some color, even if this is not bash actually. Okay, so we actually want to implement this, but let's take a look at the thermal work if you want. So you can see how all of his work. So he has worked on group detect auto ISO. I didn't ask for auto ISO. You're not supposed to have auto ISO's partition in a BTRFS partition, but if you wanted to, now you can with his work. Then there's this part check. This I'm not sure why he has changed here anything. So he has this quote staff set label thing. Apparently was not very good. This makes sense that it's different so that partitions are not repeated, something like that. And this is also in OS detect. What the hell is this? What's doing here? So yeah, this is a bit of improvement here so that you don't have to test what the hell? Yeah, this code doesn't seem to be very well written because yeah, this one it's much better written here. Yeah, I didn't see that. So we actually have this wrong here on OS detect somehow, and I haven't found find here this thing. Okay, so OS detect thing. Hopefully we can open this and we can ask for this to be like bash instead of whatever we have right now, which is Nagios. Let's take a look. So 564. Yeah, subbable path equals, yeah, this doesn't make any sense, but I'm not sure. Okay, I wasn't able to test this because yeah, because I don't have BTRFS. That's why I haven't been able to test if this worked properly or not. So that's something that we need to fix actually. Yeah, that's nice. Then there's a label quote. Okay, so he's mixing some stuff. So this part chain boat. Yeah. Auto ISO. This is apparently we are missing here some parentheses. We have them more than they should be here. I'm not sure about that. Okay, so usually then there's this screen change to 800 because he has added so many layers that it doesn't fit with 640, and that's not okay for me. We need to make sure that everything fits into 640 or whatever. And this is the thing that you can use in order to make a title for each one of these what what the hell is this, diverse type, and then depending on the title print thing for Linux, you can have you can group them with all of this. So boot entry grouping to with this is the logic. So we have many changes here that we can work on and so on. So the first thing we should be thinking of is, was this a good change, which is looping with all of these recovery single and so on and stuff that we have here. And yeah, I'm not sure about that. So probably yes, probably that's a good change, so that you can have all of the Linux stuff in the right place. But for all of the partitions, although if you have all the partitions, then how the hell do you manage to get all of this properly? You know what I mean? So I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure about this. Okay, let me write down what we have here, so you're not going to see the other screen, but you know. So what we have here is regarding all of this is that we first loop on partitions right now, then we wait a minute. Yeah, let me check the OS detect thing here on the top so that I can understand better what the hell I have written down here. Where's the loop regarding kernel options? Okay, here it is. So what the hell is this? And this is once again how to order. Okay, so what we have here is that we first loop with partitions, then we loop with kernel option, which is this recovery single thing. Okay, okay, and then we loop with something else, which is regular. I mean, it's not loop, but loop kernels on regular file system, and loop kernels on BTRFS volumes. Okay, that's what we are doing here. So I want to see what happens with this new approach that I have here, which is this one from the bottom here. So let me see. Maybe, yeah, maybe we can open this on the top so that. So wait a minute. How the hell do we order here? So that's just something that we need to figure out on paper before doing anything on the you know, on here, like it. And here you can see all of the files. Sometimes it's much better than seeing everything different. So so how to order this? So what we have run now is loop partition, then kernel, and so on. So with the new approach, we have Windows stuff. You have the different partitions. Then BSD, okay. And then Linux, recovery, and single. I mean, that was something. Linux, okay. And then we have regular file system thing, which we could do like Linux regular file system. I mean, this is bullshit, but you know, let's see if we can find out how to put this in such a way that, I mean, actually we could just, so this is regular file system, and we can do something like this, and this is BTRFS, because it's different. So this is partition number 5, and then all of this is partition number 5, and this is RB, and so on. Okay, so this is what I actually want to do, and I don't want to check for partition 1 because it's already in Windows. I don't want to check on partition 2 because it's already on VSD, and so on. Actually, this is at the very end, and we would have regular file system, then the BTRFS stuff, and then you would have the same thing with recovery, isn't it? Yeah. So that you can so what means is that this does not need to remove any kernel from the list, actually, because you want actually to do same thing in recovery and single. So this is going to take more time to show everything, but you know, maybe we could advanced idea, maybe move the recovery and single kernels to the advanced, or boot manually menus. Yeah, that way you can boot stuff and no need to recover a single. It takes less time and you can work with that or something. So now we have different problems. So the first problem is if we do like he has proposed, which is here, I think. You can see here how he has if we do this stuff or not, so level per partition or not. Okay, so label design, I mean label header design. So do we have a header per partition? That's a very good question. And also, do we have a header per OS? Okay, so right now when you run the Super Grub stuff, the virtual disk, the disk, okay, number 2. Right now when you run this with 640 thing, and you say detect and show boot menus. Then you have this. Okay. It's mod rex. Once you have this, which has, you have operating systems, and then you have all of this. Here in group entry, you actually have these entries from whatever, entries from whatever, which actually this is empty, but is showing, yeah, because that's how it works. And here I'm not sure what's going on here. Why the hell? Yeah, so we have some of them which are empty, which is probably something related to the ISO. And here, this is not. Yeah, this is these partitions. Yeah. So this is bootable ISOs. Yeah, and you can find this thing. Okay, so yeah, so if we let me write this down. If we have a header per partition, we will find out sometimes that some partitions are repeated because we know group results by OS types. Okay, so although the algorithm is designed how the hell algorithm is designed not to repeat partitions. Okay, so it might be fine with us. Then do we have to deal with empty headers regarding BSD and so on? I mean, so you can see how he has all of these entries, but when there's a partition where there's no stub, there is not a header. So yeah, how the hell? So if we loop BSD, how do you know that there's, so if there is a first header, you need to put that this is BSD search, isn't it? I mean, unless you don't want that, and that's something that I'm not sure, because right now the way we do this, let's see, the way we group stuff regarding all of this. So we detect and show everything. Okay, so first of all we said, okay, operating systems, this is what we have found. Then we have group struct entries, and we show everything. Then we have group CFG, group 2 configuration files. So we need to have this thing too in order to Windows, Linux, BSD, and so on. So if there's nothing, there's nothing. But you know that disk has searched for all of this and nothing has been changed, has been found. You know what I mean? And that's it. So the first thing I want to do, okay, look at that. We have this has ended here. So let's try to do this thing here. So this is, where's the running one? So probably head. We have some running ones. Yeah, up. So it's this one here. So it's this container. So please help me save this properly. How the hell do we do this? We have it here on the app stuff. So we want to do something like this, but instead of using whatever hash, we need to save this one here. Okay. Hopefully this is something that we can do without exiting the Docker thing. Are we able to do this or not? Let's see. Docker commit while running. Is this something that... Okay, look at that. Now I guess that we should see something. I mean, these are Docker something, and I want to do something like this. Docker images ls. A. So these are processes, and unless we have saved this into a name or something. What are the other stuff that we can do this? So there are images and volumes or something like that. What's this? Does this thing here? Docker commit repository tag. Okay, in any case, we should be able to do something like let's try to do it right now. So you can see here how this has been built, because if you go here in group builds, you have some folders that we have created while this was built. Okay, and yeah, so if you go into hybrid, this thing here, you can see a lot of stuff. Okay, so you can say, okay, here there is so many files, so we should be able to create new Docker stuff. Okay, so let's try to do this right now somehow, and this is some more developing with Docker run. Okay, and if this has been done properly, we should be able to use this thing instead of the other one, and hopefully this is what it's going to work, and we have saved stuff properly. I mean, this is not the one that we are going to use because we have the other one, but you know. So you can see this is for something, this one is BE2, so these are the two different containers. However, if I take a look at these build files, they should be the same build files. Okay, so this is something that we can exit here, we can keep building here. Okay, nice, nice. So we have managed to do this, and that's very nice. So let's go back here. Do we have a header per OS? Let's say yes. Do we have a header per partition? Let's say we could actually put something like, we haven't found any one of them. Do we have a header per partition? Let's say yeah. But with the header per partition, we might want to remove the partition one from there, so I'm not sure about that. Maybe we can combine the operating system and partition header or something like that. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, let me see real quick. We have someone, 2 viewers. So that's very nice. Okay, so now we have managed to save our work so that we don't lose everything again. So what's wrong with all of this? We actually want to do, what we actually want to do here is yeah, okay. So first of all, I'm going to take all of the thermal work so that we have it in the right place, into a new branch, and I'm going to get all of these files from him so that it's easier to work with his stuff. Okay, and let's try to do this. So I think I already had some of the thermal branches, so you can see how here you have the thermal pool for this stuff, and I'm not sure PTRFS multi-sub volume thing. So I need to take the dev23 branch from him, and somewhere we had an explanation on how to do this, which was GitHub switch pull request locally. Here it is. So here is the fetch origin thing, then we switch to it and something. So the ID is, let me check, 117, and the branch name is yeah, the branch name is this one here, something, and that's what you have here. Thing? No, we are not doing. Okay, no, this is from GitHub origin. Yeah, we fetch this stuff, then we can switch to the branch. Yeah, and then when I switch to the branch, I'm going to just, so we switch to what? Because I already have this local thing. Okay, branch, remote branch. GitHub origin. Where the hell? So this one is not the one. I'm not sure I'm doing this right. Hit switch branch name. I don't want that. I want a branch from okay, branch name. Yeah, did I have just did this wrong? I already had this here. Okay. I don't want this to be like that. I just want my own branch, not his branch. So this thing here should be related to the pool Thermon original pool thing, which is like this. So Thermon original pool something. Okay, and now we can switch to his branch and we should be fine. That's it. Now I can go with usual branches, and so let me see. So now we are on Thermon work. So let's do like we did the other day, which is we create a Thermon files, something like this, and we can copy mostly everything, but what we actually want to have here is all of the stuff that he's modifying. So all of this. He also modifies Docker file because he isn't able, or he doesn't know how to use the manual builder stuff, I guess. Yeah, so let's just write whatever menus std this partition menus std group detect menus std main.cft menus std os detect, and let's copy these on Thermon whatever, and now we can go back to our usual dev24 that we have here and just work with this. So wait a moment please. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is to apply the change regarding the BTRFX fix. Okay, and that should be quite easy to do. So we should be able to, okay, let me open this TMP thing that I have created, and I will be able to, what the hell is this? I will be able to, where's Thermal stuff? Okay, so now let's open on the top the OS detect, I think, and we can take a look at OS detect changes from him. And the other thing that we are interested is this thing here regarding the test. I mean, actually, yeah, this line here, which is 500 whatever. So this is thermal on the top, and here on the bottom we are going to have our the dev24 branch that we are working right now, OS detect TFs or whatever. So the hell is this? Look at this. All of these tabs that I hate, they are there. Okay, so we should find something about the here, I guess. All of the tabs. Okay, let's complain because I'm a bit. Would you please? Would you please use spaces instead of tabs for the next, for your next contributions? Thank you. Okay, because if you don't tell, he doesn't know. Okay, so what the hell is the regex stuff that we want to fix? Let me check in the other screen what's the line that we want to be changed, which is test. So this line here is the one that needs to be fixed, and we should have similar one here, which is here. So basically what we have, let me highlight this properly because it's something that it's scripts bash, so that we have more or less the same stuff. So this one needs to be replaced with this one here, so that you want BTRFS and you want this to be a sub-bold path, okay? And that's something that it wasn't fixed before. Okay, so let's try. I'm not sure how to call this, so BTRFS, I mean BTRFS Linux check fixed. I mean, I'm not sure. Linux kernel fixed. Linux kernel. I'm not sure what to put there. So here you are. That's it. I mean, now what you know, what you have to do here in order to understand what has been changed or not is do this better. But before doing that, let's take a look. Do we want to add more stuff from Thermal before going on and change everything in the right place, because yeah. So Docker file, we don't want that. OS detect, we don't want that. Okay. Let's say here also don't add your custom changes to automatic builder dot how the hell is this? Automatic builder dot, I have it here. Docker file, automatic builder Docker file into your pull requests. Italic, yeah. Okay, so yeah, let's keep going on. I will show. Okay, so yeah, so we were complaining here, but let's go on. Okay, now conversation is full. So there's also this thing about changing the resolution, and I think he has done it on purpose, but that's not what I want to do. So I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. So quartet. This is not this quartet, no quartet. Instaby subball path. What the hell is this? Group detect for subball in stack, or is a bold path? There's this stupid logic again here, which I think I'm not using because I'm using the normal device and then the BTRFS device one in Linux. Although I'm not sure if it's worth to get into commits, because yeah. Petition title. What the hell are we going to do? So the first thing I asked him was group detect. So maybe we should focus on this one, which this if statement is whatever. This is not the right place. And I want to see how this is. So when you have regular file systems and BTRFS volumes, you know what you're doing here. But we did also change some other stuff which we should have around here. Okay, so we change CFGs, this thing here. So actually this is either empty or if this is a volume. This is how I implemented it here, and in theory we should do the same thing in here in group detect, because I say so. Although I guess that having simple path here is a good thing to have. But I mean, if it worked with CFG detect, it should work more or less the same thing with this, all of these files. But let me see. So for simple path, yeah, I don't want the simple path here because ins installation found true. Okay, let's open here on the bottom CFG detect, which is what we are used to. Okay, this is a this is config file, if I'm not mistaken, and what we are doing here is to loop all of this, and so wait a minute. Did I do two different loops, isn't it? So you have the loop with, so you have the VTRFS loop, I guess, and then you have the non-VTRFS loop, isn't it? No. Now I'm a bit confused because this is CFG detect. What the hell is this? Why do we have this? Is this a bug? CFG, okay. This is something that we added so that we could find the CFG inside of the EFI partition. So I had to forget about that. So let's forget about that right now because we don't care about EFI partitions. So what we actually want to be looking at is from here to here. So it's update the staff, and then you know, this is staff. Actually, this CFG found thing. Yeah. So this loop here needs to be compared to what this guy is doing with, I mean not what this guy is doing, but with the current group detect. What's the group detect? Yeah, I think it's group detect. So group detect, which is the core.dmt thing. Let's compare this. So we have a loop that takes a look at these devices, and okay, and actually this should be on the left now that I see about it, and yeah, I mean maybe it makes sense so that get device, and but this goes on the left. Actually, wait a minute. 1, 2. This is 1 to the right, actually. This is like that. That way it's fixed. Okay, let's open this on the bottom too. Group detect. Nice to have here. Okay, so now on the top I'm going to open the Thermon one. I'm not sure if we can try to. I haven't written this properly, isn't it? Um, is this going to open or no? No, it's not going to be open. Let's open this manually. Group detect from this guy. Okay, so on the bottom we have the original one, and on the top we have this new one, and the sub-bolt path and so on, which is very concerning. So let's compare with CFG detect to see if there is any difference. So for sub-bolt path in insta-device, if the sub-bolt path is like this, then do some stuff, and there's a change regarding that here instead of. Okay, so this is what you check. So originally this was checked, and I guess that it's similar to what we have here. The only difference is the slash that he's adding here, because I guess that the original one had a slash here with the device and so on. Yeah. And then the device. Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look at the changes. So he added the parentheses, so that means that now you have here the parentheses, there's no need. So you've got this slash is here. Okay. So apparently it's not as bad as it sounds. So we could copy and paste this here. Let's go to the right, to the left, to the whatever. Wait, this is not aligned then. Why so? The device is not aligned with two of them. I mean, this might not be aligned in the first place, and that's why I cannot get this. Wait a moment. Yeah, this should be set up so that we have to where the hell is this thing? Here you are, and this is 2 characters. Hopefully it's, I mean, it says like, let's auto detect stuff. Well, doesn't matter. We put this wherever we want to. And then we have this feed on thing that, I mean, I'm not sure what the hell it is, but you should have another feed on here, isn't it? Yeah. Which is here, and now we can, I mean, this feed done is not actually the same one as this one here. yeah, this should be here. So this is like that. So we have this if statement, and then we do all of this. Okay. And man, do we do all of this? Are we sure about that? I think that the if statement and done should go to the left, although not so much. So there should be here, which is what makes sense here, and this done loop is here, and then what the hell I'm doing wrong here? Yeah, there's another for loop here. So this if it's from here actually. This if why the hell does he has an if loop? I need to, this is full column, this is column number 5, so and then we have done here, and we are done. I'm not sure about that. Let's take a look to see what the hell we have done here, because right now I have no idea if this is properly done or not. Yeah, that's right, I have no idea. That's why the hell. Okay, so we have get device and there are for loop, and now here we have a for loop with another for loop. That's why I usually don't do this like that, because otherwise I get confused. So let's do it step by step, and that's it. Let's undo everything. I don't want to be thinking if this is right or not. I want to do this step by step, and that's it. Nice. Okay. Then the other thing I want to do, so that this is even easier to do, this is what I did the other day, is I want to compare Thermon whatever, this is not the right version, but group detect with menus SGT group detect thing. Okay, and we're going to fix whatever it takes. So look at that, this is another stuff. So get device is not okay according to me, so get device should be here. Okay, and now if we compare this again, we have this get device in the way, and that's something that we're going to fix on Thermon place. So get device is here, and look at that, this is nice. So bold path, and yeah, so he adds an if and he adds a done, so we actually need this. So this is something that we actually need. So actually this is something that we need here and here, that's right. And I think the way we do this, we put, okay, we don't put this thing here up to the right. Yeah, okay. And then the feed done stuff, let me, the feed on stuff should be in the same level. I mean, not actually in the same level, because you want this feed to close this feed down here. So this needs to be to the right. And if I have done this right, feed down to the right, let me see. So we have added this one to the right so that it closes this one and this closes this one. And yeah, look at that. So we should be able to apply these changes here. So it's copy the file or apply the changes or whatever. So now we should see how, what's the actual change that we do here. So it's true that this gets the parentheses here, and now we have this in the right place. This is also get the biases changed so that it's in the right place. However, now as we have done all of this, wait, where is it? As we have done all of this, we should see that this is not quite what you want to do. You actually want to take all of the stat that we have here and move it to the right, so that we have it here but with only 2 spaces, and this stupid thing, it's doing whatever it feels needs to do. Let's go here so that it's not automatic, because so where the hell is this? Yeah, do not automatic, do this manually, and that's it. So now, what the hell? 1, 2. I don't have no idea why the hell is this like this. This makes me angry, something like that. I mean, actually this should be here, isn't it? Oh my god. I mean, I'm not sure I'm doing this properly, if you ask me. Maybe we are missing that this is batch, and that's why everything is so weird. Let me see, maybe this helps the whatever was this. Maybe that's what I was looking for before, and now this is, maybe this was made on purpose like this, maybe before, so that you can see that we just repeat whatever this is, whatever we have here. I'm not sure about that. But actually, what we actually want to do, I mean, I'm doing a lot of stuff, so okay, so this down is closed here, this F is closed here, this down is here, is closed here, and this down is closed here, and whatever. And yeah, I mean, actually we could just move all of this, because right now what we are doing, it doesn't matter too much. Let's try to do this, and now group detect.cft added btrfs support. Okay, and now we can redo all of this so that this is nice to read for me. So the idea is to take all of this, move it to the bottom. So I can do something like this. Actually, you could loop this somehow, but that's not. You could actually loop this because everything is repeated and so on. But what I actually want to do is that everything is in the right place, the right line, and that's it. You know what I mean? So yeah, maybe we can do it like this so that it's and that's it. So we have everything in the right place. You know what I mean? I mean, I could save this in a later commit, so we might you know what I mean? So group detect, change image order, change image, yeah, okay. So we have group detect with BTRFS support in theory. Okay. We have this petition title stuff that we don't know, and auto ISO thing. Sorry about that. Do we have any comments in the live chat? No, we don't. Okay, so what the hell is this? What more stuff do we take from Thermon so that we can reuse here? Petition title. Yeah, maybe the auto ISO thing. So the auto ISO thing. What the hell is this? So we have real def, isopath directory, menu entry, real def. Then here he's scanning everything with this thing with ISOs and so on. So he adds, okay, get directory from the real def. I mean, this is probably right, removing the tabs stuff that he's not doing as expected. And I don't like that this is changed so that, okay, so you have an additional thing, unless wait a moment, real def. So are you telling me that we are not showing the petition here in the first place as we usually do in other places? Ha. Get directory. Let me see. So in CFG detect menu entry thing, we actually have the device, and actually it's on the left of the CFG because it makes more sense so that you have more staff. But apparently in auto ISO you don't do that, because yeah, this was a work from Jordan Ula, which he did back in the day, and probably I didn't touch this. Where's the path file name? So this needs to go to the left so that it's actually, so this is the file name, and ISO file name, ISO path directory, which, what the hell is the ISO path directory? Get directory from ISO path, so that it's the ISO path directory. You can find out if it's both ISOs or whatever, and then okay, let me see how this looks right now. The virtual machine thing. Press ask number 2, and let's see. So put manually, put table ISOs. Wait a minute. Why is there a partition? I haven't added it myself. Put ISOs and then a partition. What? Where the hell is this? Auto ISO. Okay. Auto ISO. Which we, okay, so let's change how we highlight the stuff, so that is bash. I should change somewhere that I don't want to highlight nacho stuff. Maybe there's somewhere where you can change how you highlight the stuff. Maybe not, I'm sure. Anyway, look def scan. Wait a minute. So we actually show in this stuff, the menu entry thing, we also we get here the real def, which is the first one. And what the hell is he doing here? Okay, real def. Wait a minute. Group lookback config. Real def. So the group loopback config, I don't understand this. We already have real def here. So he's removing real def because I think that the ISO path directory now has the real def. Yeah, that's what's happening here. So if you add real def here, you're going to lose the ISO path directory, and that's it. Yeah, okay. This is because you can have the parentheses here, although So this is number one. If you add parentheses here from the get directory from here, so if you add parentheses, that's what you get there, I guess. I mean, why would you add parentheses? Yeah, because you have this real def, which is the one, and I guess that do we actually do we actually need this real def thing? Probably yes, because he has done it, but okay, I think we can copy everything as is. The only thing is that he has tabs probably, and that's something that we need to tackle on. Let's make a copy like that, and it's auto ISO, isn't it? Menus SGD auto ISO. Let's see what we have here. Let's take a look at the tabs. So do we have any tabs here where he has made the changes? I mean, we should do a cherry pick from this single one commit, because it's the only one that doesn't have changes such a way that they just destroy everything. Although this thing here, I actually want to do it such a way that we have everything in one line and that's it, because otherwise it's not. Wait a minute, what the hell is this? This is a tab. We don't want any tab here. Yeah. And I have seen some dots somewhere. I'm not sure. I cannot trust this. I need to take a look at these menu entries here. He might have tabs after all. Get directory. Wait a second. It's like 35 line. So we have the menu entry, I guess. Let me check real quick. Menu entry does not have a tab, and then we have the get directory, which doesn't have a tab, and then we have function get directory, which doesn't have a tab. So that's nice to have. So now we can say something like hit commit, which is like this, but this is auto ISO. Okay, and then we say, okay, let's do this properly so that we can have all of this in one place. And yes, you could do this apparently without this, but I prefer to have everything in one place, so that's what I'm actually doing here. Okay, so this is the one from him. Now you can see how everything gets put together. Actually, I can count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, have missed this one here. However, there's this one here which is ISOs. We don't have this thing, ISOs thing. So shame on you, Thurman. We don't want that. So boot ISOs. What was the other change? So we have changed recently group detect. Yeah, but this is not. Okay, so let's start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we should have. I mean, we actually should have the same as above here. So 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 16, and 1, 2. That's what you have here. Okay. So this is real nice. Actually, added BTRFS support. Actually, I'm going to add this in the previous commit, because what we did before was not okay, because there were more stuff than it should have here. So the BTRFS support also fixes this thing with all of this. So you have boot ISOs or boot/ISOs, and that's it. And now you have the BTRFS support thing, which I guess is really nice to have. Can directory into this thing which has been changed or whatever. Okay, so this parching boot here we have label quoted, which apparently was not done properly, and that makes sense, because if I mean, I'm not sure if this is something that it has been done so that it's easier to read, or is it something else? So I'm not sure about that. Yeah, and then there's this thing here. Okay. Where the hell is this? I'll be back in 5 minutes or so. Okay, so what the hell we were doing? Auto ISO, this has been done. This, okay. What the hell, is this a problem or not? Level quoted. I wonder if what we have here, which is put manually these and partitions. Oh, look at that. This one has some quotes, and this one has 2 quotes. And this is probably wrong because so this is a fix that I don't think he has a specific commit for this or some what the hell is detect? Which file is this? The quoted thing. This part chain load. Yeah, he has specific commit. Yeah, but he's also modifying OS detect, so I cannot use this because why would you make commit with two different changes? So yeah. So let me copy his work. Let me copy his work, which is disk. Wait a minute. This his work is disk. Yeah, disk part chain boot. That's what I want to copy. Nice. And that's it. So now we should see some stuff here. We should see some this partition something. Here it is. So now let's search for tabs or whatever. I don't see any of them. That's interesting. Okay, so this is quoted, not quartet. And actually level quartet, this should be quartet level. Yeah, but why the hell do we have quartet label? Why is that? What did we do? Why did we do this in the first place? I'm sure about this. Why do we want this to be quoted? I mean, what do we... Okay, so... STD lasers. Yeah. What do we... Wait a moment. This thing is here and here. Yeah, there's this bullshit thing that needs to be fixed. So this label is either empty or not. Let's do label str and that's it, because I prefer label str. I mean, double quoted. I mean, actually, this label like this. I mean, why don't we just use label and that's it? I mean, this should be what's the problem with this? why don't we just use parentheses and that's it? I mean, who said that this was a good idea? And if you put label, I mean, if you put a label here, if you put parentheses, it's going to be, maybe we could use the other one, which is like this, but I'm not sure it's a good idea. Okay, let's just use level quote so that it works. Yeah. So actually what happens here is that either this is empty or you have a quote here. So that's nice to have. Okay, take a look at this. There's a label here, empty, that he has added so that this is properly done, although there's no need for that because you proof and then label is either empty or not, so there's no need for that actually, if I'm not mistaken. The only thing you need is this label quote thing, and that's it, I guess. So there's no need for defining the label here. Okay, and then this get the bias was not in the right place in the first place, because whatever. And I think we are okay right now. So let me make a screenshot of this so that we can later on take a look at this. So yeah, let's screenshot this thing here, and that way we will be able to compare what's going on here to what we have right now. So yeah, so let's add this thing here, and this is going to be fix quoted labels. Quoted label. Okay, so now here we should be able to do something like hit pull origin and whatever the current branch is right now. Okay, so hit pull origin this one thing here, so that we have all of the commits, and I had here I have the notes about what we should be doing here in order to build all of this, which is this one here, and hopefully this is going to be the only thing we need here. So we are creating all of this, and now we should be able to run this. Okay, nice. Ask number 2, and I don't know, maybe boot manually and these competitions. And now we have this. Okay, and so we compare with the screenshot. We can see how we don't have double quotes, but we still have this label here, which is this is a hard disk, not a partition, so I'm not sure this is right. Actually, let's take a look at them on screenshots. Maybe he had screenshot here, this thing here. Was it on the issue about BTRFS? Wait, these competitions. He doesn't have any label in hard disks, just after one on the label. So maybe what he did about the label was a good thing to do. So are you telling me that if there is no label, then it's not empty, and that's what happens? Because that's not right. Or what? Is this something that we need to is this something group back is asking for a hard disk. It does not set label to empty if nothing has been detected. That's what I think it's happening here, because else what are you supposed to be doing here? So this is HD1. So let me find out the code so that I can do this manually. So what we want is, I don't know, bar1, and then this is HD1, unknown file system. Okay, but this, if I ask for one, we don't have anything. But let's suppose that this is non-BTRFS file system thing. So we have non-BTRFS file system, but if this fails, so when this is used in a hard disk, it says error unknown file system, and the variable that it's set in -s, it's not reset, it's not reset to, which is an empty string. That's what I expect. Yeah, so that's what you want to do. You want to have a back, and that's why he did it that way. So what he actually had in this part in loop is that label was set to empty each time the loop started again, so that we didn't have this problem here. So yeah, probably we want a section here that does that, say label empty, so that this is not repeated anymore. Wait a moment, like here. Yeah, so let's add this, let's amend the last commit, And now here we can do something like reset hot head 1, head -1, that's it. So now if I do this ISO again, we should have this fixed. So press ask number 2, and now boot manually these competitions. Wow, look at that. Wait, didn't meant to do this, just wanted to do like this. Wait, what's happening here? Yeah, if it's not empty, if it's empty, label, set label empty, label empty. What's going on here? Have I missed something, or let's run this again. We should have the latest version. There's no doubt about it, but let's just menu SGD menu this petition something. Okay, so boot SGD. I'm not sure what the hell. Okay, so they should have this one and thing here. So was it something like that? Like this? Okay, so this partition boot thing. So set pager 1. Now let's take a look. So in each one of the loops, label is set to empty. So why the hell label quote is not being used properly? It's probably because of the file name, isn't it? It's because of the name is. Okay, let me see. I have messed around whatever and nothing works anymore. What the hell is this? But manually. Wait. What? Why is this working now? Okay. What the hell? But manually these positions. Okay, so apparently there was some cache issue that somehow didn't. Okay. Now this is working as expected. You've got the chain load position stuff properly working. Let's try everything and see how everything goes. Why the hell do we have so many errors? Okay, so operating systems is in the right place. Group entries, and this competition, and yeah, now everything is working as expected, I guess. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so let's push this thing here. Wait a minute. Let's push this thing here on the right tab so that we can push this Nice. So now I guess that so this is the pull request. Okay, so let's tell them that they have to use def24. I cannot release a beta for now. And regarding the pull request, I guess that thank you for your work. I have merged some of your work, BTRFS work manually. The entry grouping part is nice, but I'm going to do it in another way. Closing the pull request. Okay. So they can see here that where the hell is this? They can see here on the BTRFS thing that we have this new branch, which is def24 with all of this stuff. Actually, I might, yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, so now we are going to take a look also with his work regarding regarding this stuff here, which is the title, print, and so on. And yeah, that's the second part of the stream. And here we should be able to go into def25 and so on. And now you can check out def25 here before, I mean, you pull origin, and once you pull origin you should go here. Now you can do the same thing here and we are fine. So def25, which is fine. So my question is, I mean, now we are back to the first ideas of the stream, which is what the hell do we do with all this order stuff? So I had here this pseudo algorithm, which is, okay, we have these devices to detect, which equals all devices, and then you keep removing them so that, so I need a remove device from devices to detect thing, and that's it, I think. Okay, and that's what I'm supposed to be doing here. So So um let's see how the hell do we do this. So this is OS detect, which I would um, use this in order to have the different CFGs on different files, so that we can you know, here you can see where the hell was this. You can see how we use some file somewhere, you know, flag platform thing. It's a function here, but sometimes we get I'm not sure how to. I mean, I know that there are some functions like get device, maybe. What the hell is that? Get device? Don't we have a get device here function? Okay, so this get device function, I don't think we have it here. So if you take a look for it, you don't have it. However, there is a function which is named get device in tools or something like that. So here you can see how the get device function can be found here in tools. Okay, and yeah, so get device is here and it does some stuff, and then, you know, yeah. So so the idea is that instead of OS detect, we have OS detect Windows, OS detect BSD, and so on, and we can use the functions from there such a way that it's easier to work with all of this stuff without too much hassle, you know what I mean? And I'm not sure how to do this properly, because we have this include thing. So when you run into the different stuff, that we have this thing about reading tools each time, I think. So let's take a look. So you can see here how when you process option, you source tools. Okay. I mean, actually OS detect is sourcing tools, which I wasn't aware of. So I guess that there's a source somewhere. Here it is. So when you run this, you source this option, okay, and then stuff happens. So the idea is to source, to get this function into another, you know, into another file, and then source it, and that's it. So so that we don't have to work too much about that. So what we actually want to say here is, how the hell do we do this? So no, so new way of dealing with OSs. So in OS detect.cfg, we are going to source, and then we are going to source OS detect Windows. I mean, this should be working with. That's a very good question. I mean, this is a very long file. Yeah, we should probably don't have to be in MS-DOS. I mean, you're not going. This is working without. This one is working, and it's more than 11 characters, so we should be fine. So, OS detect Windows CFT, OS detect Linux CFT, OS detect whatever. You know what I mean? And this is going to have the different functions. Okay, and that's how it's going to work. And maybe we should start from scratch or something like that. I'm not sure about this. I mean, right now we have this is 25, so maybe we can. I mean, I think we can copy the file and add some stuff, and I'm not sure about this, all of this. So maybe we can put the functions outside this, and then we can think about changing how all of this works, because I actually want to work with all of this petitions stuff that it's very nice to have. So yeah, menu entry. Yeah, so maybe first step, maybe first the step is moving parts into different CFT, and then change the algo so that we have so that we have what's the name for this? Devices to detect. Okay. Yeah, that's what we want. Okay, so change the algo so that we have devices to detect. Problem is, once you move this into yeah, but if there are functions, we can have the functions work with the different variables. Let's see how the hell do we do this. So maybe we should work with OS detect. Needs to be OS detect menu, main, or whatever, or maybe not. So let me see. Yeah, maybe we should work with one of these, and so we have some functions here, but actually what git EFIs OX entry at, actually I don't want to have I don't actually want to have this because, yeah, I mean, I want to have this, but I also want to be able to call all of these entries from other places. So I'm not sure having this like that is the right thing to do. So wait a moment. Linux entry add. Yeah. Flag platform. Run option. I mean, actually, the Windows stuff is a bit nonsense. Yeah. But this is a bit confusing because we have a lot of stuff here, and yeah, so we have Linux entry add, so we should have a function to deal with Linux. Okay, so we have probably, in addition to Linux entry add, we need an OS detect Linux function, so that, yeah, and also we want this to be able to be called. We want this to be able to be called from menu. That makes me mad. So maybe we should work with the menu first and then work our way with the rest of it, so that it's not so much of a problem. Because otherwise, how the hell are you supposed to be doing this? Yeah. And we should probably have um, this partition is mine variable, so that when Windows is being found, then we skip that partition. Then we remove that partition from the search. In an abstract way that makes sense. We should probably work from menu first, and then figure out the rest, because otherwise this is not going to work as I want to. You know what I mean? From menu first and then figure out the rest. So the menu, so the menu title might be The menu title might be, what's the fucking name? Linux. Linux kernels. Linux kernels. Might be Linux kernel. Linux kernels. Linux kernels. Okay. Nice. The menu title might be Linux kernels. Okay. How, and then how do we differentiate between how do we differentiate between being called from a manual menu and being called from an automatic menu which is OS detect, or do we remove OS detect altogether? Because together. Okay. Menu title might be Linux kernels. Then how do we differentiate between being called from a manual menu and being called from an automatic menu, OS detect? Or do we remove OS detect altogether so that we have all of these menus, but we don't want to remove OS detect and we don't want to remove this from the automatic menu, but you know, we actually want, so if you do everything, you want to use OS detect so that we don't have everything repeated. But if you go elsewhere, you want to, you know, we need a variable switch which is either true or false for this automatic integration, because I think it's a good idea to have this automatic integration. Problem is, I think that this can be done. It's automatic integration. So wait, this is not. Okay, so we need the variable switch, which is either true or false for this automatic integration. Okay, let's take a look at an OS detect file and see what the hell, how the hell this would be looking like. So we have all of this stuff. So what we actually want to do is this Linux pod that we have here. Yeah, with this this thing and kernel option btrfs volumes. So there's this device thing, which actually is a for loop from here, which is the instituted devices thing, which is something that we know that we have here in tools with this update. Actually, why the hell do you update the devices here? I mean, you don't update them each time, isn't it? So this is used on, I think that if you go in tools, you can see how update instituted devices. What happens here is that this is only done if this is true, which only happens once. That way you don't have to loop with all of this. So if this is either empty or true, then okay. Wait a minute. Otherwise, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, so if this is false, this is not true, and this is not true, and then you don't do any of this. And then that's it. Then the STT devices are not changed in any way, and that's what you actually want to do. Okay, each time you want the ST2 devices to be okay, you need to run this, and it doesn't matter what it's called, it's going to do this thing here. Okay, what's going on with this? You actually want okay, let's go out here so that okay, so we need a variable switch which is either true or false, this automatic integration, so that either what's the name, the actual name that we are using here, so that either std, so that either variables is used, or the other one, which is devices to detect, but I mean OS OS detect devices. So we might use a common function for all of the OS detect Windows CFI files, so that they all treat this variable the same. Yeah, so basically what you have is this function get update OS detect devices. Okay, and common function update OS devices for all of the all of these files. Okay, and basically what you have here is I mean, it's the same logic as here, so it's like instead of update devices is thanks to the new use use OS detect new manual OS detect, the new auto OS detect mode variable. Okay, so auto OS detect being true means that so OS detect being true means that I mean, actually, once you do this, then OS detect being true means that okay, so means that variable is used. Variable is used. Where the hell is this? The mine thing? If is set to true, then the partition is removed from OS detected devices, and that's it. Okay, and then we can say, so if this is false, so this is true, and this is true. Okay, then it means that we are using what the hell is this? We are using std devices variable, and value is not taken into account. Yeah, so this is what we want to do actually. So we need this loop to be worked out so that it makes sense. Yeah, so actually this code could be in the same OS detect place, and then you can either use one or the other one, so that so I'm not sure, because so my question is how this deal with being called from menu. How does deal with being called from menu? Yeah, that's the question. Yeah, because when you call from the menu, you say this is auto or this is not auto, and that's it. Yeah, that's what it is. And you set this variable. I mean, you don't have to set this variable. That's what that's what. Okay, let's take a look and see how, because so process option. Let me highlight this properly in bash. So we have this process option thing somewhere, I guess, here. Isn't it here? Okay, so apparently it's not here. Process option thing, which is a very nice thing that we have here. Process option. Wait a moment. Config file everything. Okay, so in std process option, which we are going to open, there's definition about what the hell is doing this thing here, which is just process options. So sourced. Try to shorten menu name in the exact case. Perhaps doesn't match, whatever. Try to shorten the menu name? Actually, yeah. Menu name? Is this something? Oh, because that's something that we do actually. Top of menu, run option, source, top of menu, run option. Okay, run option. Wait, run option. Maybe it's run option, the one that I want to take a look at to see what the hell it does. Wait, run option is not here. Where the hell do we have run option thing? Tools, run option. So apparently there's another file where we have run option, which I don't remember very much actually. Apparently function, oh, run option, yeah, run option is whatever wants this to be. Yeah, I forgot about that. So once you go on OS detect and you want to do something, you get this run option function, and it works like an object-oriented programming language. So the run option function is here. Then you source this. Actually, this source thing, I wonder if it sources this every time, or if we can do something like if exist then source. So I require once thing instead of source. Wonder if this would make this go faster, because we do all of this stuff, the source stuff here. But this is a run option that does this thing, this for def loop, whatever. So we actually, so when you run the option, you don't pass any option. You just say, okay, do your thing, and just create menu entries for us. So actually, we don't want to do any of this. We actually want, okay, so when you call from menu, you have, when you call this from menu, yeah, so what we actually want to do, okay, what question answer, what we actually want to do is check a variable that would only live in the OS detect CFG scope, not in the menus, so that when OS detect has ended, the variable is no longer defined. Let's see how. That way we can learn if we are in automatic mode or not. So it's the auto OS detect mode being true or being false. So either the auto detect is either true or either it's not set or set to anything else. Yeah. So that's what we have to do. At the same time, the run option thing. Wait a moment. Run option. Run option thing. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We should have a run option also a run option from OS Detect that deals with whatever, isn't it? I mean, that way we can so okay, let's take a look at all of these steps. So you source the file, then you put the top menu, and then run the option. Sourced CFGs. And set menu name. I mean, is this what we want to do? Or not? Because what this is doing is not running the options, but just presented them, and I mean, process option. I mean, actually, this what we should probably use process option. I mean, if we do everything manual, I mean, doing everything manual is a pain in the ass, but otherwise it's going to take the eternity to load everything. So okay, so we should probably, what the hell is this? We should probably run option, run option. We should probably steal some ideas from process option, so that we know how to loop all of the OS Detect Windows CFG files, because otherwise, yeah, otherwise you are going to source them and just call the different functions that you would need to know which they are. Yeah, that way we don't need to learn all of the Linux entry at all of the OS specific functions like Linux entry add, although we are not supposed to do that. Supposed to do that in the first place. That's getting confusing on and on. Give me 5 minutes, please. Okay, so run option from OS detect. Run option. Okay, let's take a look and how everything works so that I remember how all of this is working, because maybe it's much easier than you would think. Okay, look at that. So if you want to have several of them being worked on, what you do is this thing here, which is process option. Okay, look at that. So you have all of the CFGs that you want to be working on. I mean, actually, this is very. Let me. Where the hell is this? Squish Smash. Wait a minute. There's this thing. Okay. So what you do here is put all of the CFGs, you just pull them, and then you config file the process option. That's what everything does. And boot manually, which is boot manually thing should do something similar. I'm not sure what's the. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not sure which is the name for this stuff. Is it menus, HTTP? Tools? Is it something that we do on main so that it's easier? Main.cft. Yeah, so this manually option thing, we do it here so that it's easier. Process option. When we do a process option, we don't actually run into it. CFT detect. Yeah, okay. So the idea is that you do this. So process option, what this is doing here is run all of these options. Okay. I think we need a process option, so I mean process OS detect option thing. Yeah, I think that's what we actually need. Process OS detect option, and then we do the thing here so that run option. So we want something similar to everything, but in such a way that it doesn't use process option, but something else, which is going to change the variables in such a way that I mean, actually you could use something else rather than run option, so that the I mean, I don't know. Okay, let's write this down. Yes, so maybe clone everything.cft so that it becomes OS detect CFT, then it does not call process option.cft but a new process OS detect option.cft, which in turn handles the devices stuff and does not call the process does not call the run option but run OS detect okay, so does not call the run option function but the run OS detect option function. So new way of dealing with OS. Conclusion. Okay. Then it does not call process option but the new process detect option, which in turn has the devices tab, and then it's got the run option but the run OS detect function option. So there's the run option takes all of the devices, and this one uses this thing about the this thing and also deals with this partition is mine or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. That way we don't have to deal with wait a minute, process detect option which handles the devices stuff. Then we are not looping the devices. We should be looping the devices so that wait a minute, so that it becomes OS detect. Wait a minute. Everything actually process option is the one that loops all of the CFGs. Wait a minute. Yeah, I haven't thought about that we should be looping the CFGs because it makes sense to have these different CFGs. So if you have the partition loop here, you have a problem, and if you have it here, you don't have a problem. So okay, wait a minute. Process detect option which in turns which in turn devices loop inside of the current CFG loop. Also, it does not call the run option but the run OS detect option, so that okay, so everything.cft it becomes OS detect CFT, I think I need to have a new one and then swap everything together and whatever, and you know what I mean. The old one becomes old detect OS detect, and then we have the new one, and then we remove the old one, and then we squash everything, and you know. Okay, so everything .cft becomes OS detect, so that when you call this, it prepares everything in such a way that you have a nice menu. Actually, this is something that it's also done here and here. So I'm sure. Yeah, but we want this to work as everything. Then that's not called process option, but process detected option. So there is a new devices loop inside of the current CFT, and it doesn't call this function but the other option, the other function. Yeah. Okay, so this is what we need to do the next day. So menu title. So menu title, that's something that we are not going to have in our everything thing from the but I mean, maybe submenu title, process option, I don't know. In everything has this process option, which has the menu, the top menu, and then yeah, you have the top menu, and then you run the option. Okay, then you have the return thing on the bottom. Yeah, so probably in this branch dev 25 regarding this new stuff, we need to rename OS detect the T as old OS detect.cft everywhere, and then create OS detect CFT, so that at the end we can squash the branch and do everything in one single commit, because I think that's the right way of doing this. Yeah, we will have the new on the, I mean the old one. Why would you want the old one? Yeah, so that we know what's going on or not. Okay, so I think we are going to end here the stream. So thank you very much for watching. Bye.